Oh, oh, I must have dozed off on my couch. Oh, I was out really late last night trying to chase down those bats to see if I can find the yesterday's present. Never did find it. But no, today's the 8th. Let's throw on our booties and go see what's out there. Bit hungry. Let's have some cake. Ah, I'm running out of cake. Need to go down the shop. Right. So, the 8th. Let's find our 8th door on our calendar and open it up and see what command block goodies are on the other side and whether or not we can actually get something, because it seems to be a trend that unfortunate things keep happening to our things. I mean, we haven't even had a look inside one of these yet. Alright, so let's have a look through the door. Alright, coming up to the present now. Doesn't seem like anything's going on here. Maybe we got here early enough. Yeah. Sleeping on the couch for the win. Ah, alright. Yeah. Looks like we made it. Looks like we made it. Okay, well, I guess what I'll do is I'll start to unwrap this present and see what we have inside. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Oh. Oh. That's a lot of wrapping paper to get through there. Why are they so big? Oh, why couldn't they have been like a small calendar? Oh. Well, not to matter. We actually got through, and look, we have a cake. This is exactly what we need. Hey. Hey, hey, no, 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 give me back the cake. No, no, give it back. That's mine. Get back here. Ah. Where did he go? Hey, hey, no, no, not the table too. Ah. Dang it all. Every time. I can't even open one of these gifts without it being taken. Bats, Enderman, meddlesome pigs, Hero Grinch. Hey guys, and welcome to the part of the video where I show you how it's all done and the behind the scenes and the command blocks and stuff. So today, it's quite a low-tech solution. I decided to deliberately use redstone and stuff. Obviously, you can take redstone out of command blocks almost completely now, but I decided to throw in redstone because when you're prototyping or building quickly and stuff, sometimes you want to actually use redstone to make sure that everything works before you compact it and refine your design. And so a lot of videos that are on YouTube which involve command blocks and a lot of maps that are out there have complicated command blockery that perhaps you might not be able to go through and understand. Maybe not even the creator can go through and understand once they're done with it. So I decided to make something a little bit simple and actually use redstone and stuff. So here we have a sequence of events that occur. I use my standard trigger mechanism that I've been using for all of these episodes, which is sponge and wet sponge. And the first event happens over here, so we detect this stuff underneath. Now if I press F3 and N to go into spectator, we'll see that we have these armor stands. These are for the positions of the entity that will teleport. We'll go into the actual command blocks in a second. First I'm just going to go over them so everybody knows what's up. So over here we have the first position, and then obviously the cake is removed, and then he'll move over to here, then here, then here, and then it'll actually teleport to a 5th armor stand that's over here before being removed from the world. That's not entirely necessary. I can just remove him from the world, but I decided to teleport him out, then remove him. And then the second event that occurs happens when I move over this. So let's F3 and N again, because we don't need to see there aren't armor stands for the second version. So when we stand over on this one, what will happen is a Enderman will actually be summoned here, and then here and here, and the blocks will all be removed by command blocks as well, and then they'll all be teleported out of the world. They'll be teleported down to a bedrock. Below bedrock, actually, -200. is my go-to Y level of choice when removing mobs. The reason why we teleport them out of the world instead of slash killing them is slash killing them will, of course, make them keel over and die in front of us, and we don't want to go for that. That's not a very good effect. We want to make them look like they're teleporting away. So let's go away from this for a second. Actually, let's fill these in, because we might want to actually activate it on camera one last time. So down here we can see the mess that is sort of a prototype-esque scenario that you would encounter. Here are our two activation repeating command blocks. We activate those by keeping redstone next to them. Obviously this isn't necessary, I do it for the sake. Now what I'm doing is I'm using lots of absolute commands. In fact, actually I had a mistake because I moved this over to here, which obviously doesn't work. Sorry about that, I just had to cough off camera, I had something in my throat. So yeah, these are using, most of these command blocks are all using absolute commands instead of relative commands. Obviously relative commands let you move your designs around. These commands kind of have to be absolute, or you have to use entities for them. A technique that I haven't shown, I should use that in the next one maybe. It takes a bit to set up though. It's easier to use absolutes if you're doing a one-time activation thing. So what happens? Well, this is the first sequence here, and we can see that it's snaking in the design. I'm using comparators to detect once something has been activated successfully, and then obviously I'll just use repeaters to slow down the whole mechanism between each of these command stacks. So each of these command stacks are doing pretty much the same thing. Here we have the TP Enderman to marker 1, which is the name of the first armor stand. Then we're actually teleporting the Enderman to the position they're already in, but changing where they're looking at. The reason for this is I found that, and actually even doing that sometimes doesn't work. When I teleport the Enderman, they should be teleporting with the same orientation as the armor stand, but oftentimes they're not. So I have to re-teleport them with the actual position. And then even then, it only works if I'm changing the direction that they're looking in from where they've been teleported just by a little bit. So that's really strange. That's an inconsistency. I'm not sure if that would classify as a bug or not, but I certainly think it's a bug, because they should be teleporting and they should appear to be facing in the direction that they should be facing in, not the direction that they shouldn't be facing in. But yeah, that's just there because of that, and even that doesn't actually fix the problem sometimes, so that's really just an artifact from testing this whole thing out. I also summon particles, because you can never have enough particles. So here I have the particle command, and it's summoning in one block from the feet of the Enderman, and it'll be a 1 block high 0.3 by 0.3 sort of cube of particles, although particles tend to stray. They're not absolute, they don't stay within the confines, that's why I used 0.3. And I'm using 100 particles, and that's the speed there, the 0.5 that you see over here. And then obviously we're doing that at the Enderman, and they're forced particles, which means I can view them from any render distance, but that, again, that's not necessary for this because I'm so close to them. Let's see. Oh yes, I'm making the play sound for the teleport, because I mean teleporting them with command blocks doesn't actually make that sound occur. And then let's see, set block. Alright, and then this is actually the command to remove the cake, because this is the first one. I actually have to summon this Enderman to start off with, so this Enderman holding a cake, for all of this to work, but we'll see that in a second. These command blocks are all the same, except they have one extra command. They have a block data command, which resets this success count to 0. The reason for that is if we remove this, bonk, I just control pick blocked it, and we activate this, it's starting the whole thing. We can hear it teleporting around. It's all happening over there behind us. You'll notice that all of these, which still have their block data command, all of these turned off. And this one didn't, because this thing still thinks that it's activated, or still thinks that it was successful. So we actually have to update. We actually have to, I think we have to re-trigger it, don't we? Yeah, we have to re-trigger this whole thing again without that. There's no Enderman in the world, so this teleport command can't be run, and therefore it can't be successful, which turns the comparator off. But because we don't want to do that, we've just got these block data commands, making it so these comparators will turn off. And so if we activate it with an Enderman, yep, every time the next line runs, it'll turn off the next one. And then obviously over here, we don't teleport them to any specific area. I think we just teleport them to the marker and then teleport them out of the world. Meanwhile, the second activation, the one that looks for the sponge 1, which is wet sponge. This is quite a bit simpler. I say quite a bit simpler. We have this Enderman summon that summons it at the things. It's holding quartz stairs, which is a part of the table, and we're doing the portal particle effects. I think this is the play sound. Yes, this is the play sound for Enderman teleport, and we're setting part of the table. So we're actually just setting this to air. So we'll summon in an Enderman. In fact, actually, we ran that other command, so the cake's gone, and it will remove each of these. And this is on a much quicker delay of only one repeater between each of them. So the first Enderman will teleport in, the second Enderman will teleport in, and this is again block data to fix the reusability of this, purely for testing purposes, because I had to run this a lot of times to make sure everything was happening in sequence. And then at the end, we just teleport them all out of the world. No teleporting them anywhere else. We don't really need to. It doesn't matter which direction they look like they're teleporting in, because I just wanted to make them look like they just disappeared. Poof. In a cloud of particles. So yes, that is this episode. I think I will still move this entire contraption over there. It means it won't technically work. Maybe I should just leave it where it is. Yeah, I'll just leave it there and start building around it. It's not like I have ran out of space for command blocks. So yes, that's this episode. That's how it was all done, and I will see you guys, I guess, in tomorrow's episode. And hopefully there will be a tomorrow's episode. I just still have to catch up with making things. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.